This is a troubling storyline to have to cover on this show because I am still Anthony Richardson's most blind supporter. And I'm going to find a damn way to spin this thing for Anthony Richardson. The Colts have set this young man up, a 23-year-old, up for failure. Their plan has been very poor. It has not had any real direction to it. And if you wanted to actually turn this franchise into a winner, you wouldn't be starting dipshit Daniel Jones at the beginning of the year. The one man in the NFL that I hate the most is Daniel Jones. I hate him with a strong, unbelievably deep passion. His oafish look that he has every single time that he's standing there, every picture that you see of him,
hurtful.
I don't care. I don't care, Daniel. I don't even know if there's thoughts going on between his damn ears.
He's got deer eyes.
Yeah. Despite being probably incredibly intelligent. See, I'm allowed to hit on him. He went to fucking Duke. This asshole went to Duke, and I think he has a degree from Duke. He's going to be fine after the NFL, man. Some of these other guys, they're coming up from really difficult situations. Not dummy Daniel, who looks like a Chase intern every single year when he's suiting up for the NFL. Somebody please trade for Anthony Richardson because I want him to prove the Colts wrong. Do you understand? And I want to be perfectly clear. A lot of people are going to try and frame this as, oh, they're starting Daniel Jones, which is telling how bad Anthony Richardson is. No, this is telling of how much they disrespect Anthony Richardson. 53% completion percentage during the preseason. He has been awful. Anyone who's caught him playing, he's been god awful.
Is that Jones or Richardson?
Jones. They both haven't been great.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's been any separation between these two. One guy is at least aggressive when the other is too afraid to take shots downfield. The one thing that really caught me, though, Sean, is that when speaking on this, Steichen said, you guys heard me talk about the consistency, and that's what I was looking for. Consistency? You mean consistently dog shit? No. What are we doing with this?
No. That's not look, I take zero pleasure in being 1,000% right about Anthony Richardson.
You're not right yet.
He's
certain 23.
Factors. Exactly. He's 23. But I was right about not taking him that high. I was right about the project. I was right about that he wasn't good last year and wasn't going to be good this year. That does not mean he doesn't have a future in the league. I will say this also. If you are a stupid NFL fan and you're already talking about my coach could save Anthony Richardson, I saw a big weepy post about Sean McVay fixing Anthony Richardson and going 11-5 for the next 10 years. I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Well, I believe that. I believe that.
Oh, I'm sure. Because Matthew Stafford, the most winning quarterback that Sean McVay's had with him, plays a lot like Anthony Richardson, correct?
No, but both big-armed guys who like to take risks down the field. There's a way to tap into that, and you get the athleticism. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Continue.
It's really unfortunate. I don't like seeing a young quarterback's confidence get absolutely crushed. It's nasty work for it to be Daniel Jones. It's despicable work. It's one of the QB situations that I've been racking my brain for the last couple of weeks wondering how could an pro NFL front office with all the money, resources, brains that these people have, people that live and die with football, how do you end up with a quarterback room like this? How is it possible that the next option besides your project quarterback is the worst project quarterback that's been in the league for the last 5 years?
Buddy, don't call Daniel Jones a project. He was exactly what he was when he stepped in this league, which was awful.
Was that cutting him slack?
I guess, maybe. I have never seen a man with more natural talent be so ungifted at the same time. I don't know how it's possible. But to your point, you have two gifted individuals who are on opposite ends of the spectrum, which is raw and still figuring it out, but he's so far away from his potential. And the other one who is just not mentally there.
Anthony Richardson might also be like the latest, or he actually might be the biggest, I guess, case point for the reps in college, at least for immediate rookie impact. Like if I'm a team that needs a quarterback and I have the bones that I need to win now, I might be looking at the guys that are less talented but have more reps under the belt, more at football, compared to I kind of have a year or two left on my quarterback and I want to get somebody working in the system, take a swing. Maybe that's when I start drafting the projects. But this whole I'm drafting a project in the top 5 stuff, it's got to end. You have to start respecting the guys that play the game and that have the reps and know football like that. And Richardson being a Superman-like figure, he has a place in football. That's something I'm going to say. Anthony Richardson has a place in the NFL. I can't pinpoint what it is yet. I'm not saying he should go and start playing tight end or receiver or running back.
No,
I'm not saying any of that,
no.
but I got to figure out what his
That's
place
Joe Milton.
could be.
Okay,
Shit,
so
they found a place for Taysom Hill, and he won games as a starting quarterback
Okay.
while doing other things.
here's my biggest part with this, and you alluded to it. I think it's just so unfair to declare that this kid can't be fixed. And I think that just the general handling and the communication around Anthony Richardson has been troubling to the degree where it does not feel like they've ever really been bought in. It doesn't. And it sounds like a very unintentionally toxic environment where you could tell that the kid is very tense. He's 23 years old. He barely played in college. He should not have declared. Absolutely should not have. If he stuck around and played college football for 2, and he might have actually even had a third. No, he had 2 more years of eligibility.
Probably could have sued for another year.
Yeah, probably. He could have stuck around and done a lot of great things and then gone on to the NFL, and he would have been a lot more prepared, and he also would have played a lot more.
Would have made a ton of money in NIL also.
Yeah,
The money would have been there for him also.
All those things. So, but to this point, though, his first 3 years in the NFL basically were the 2 years that he lost in college. So you trade for him right this second or sometime between now and next offseason, you're still getting a kid who would be declaring as a redshirt senior, essentially.
Right.
Garrett Nussmeier's the same age as him. I think these are the 3 teams. Rams, you just mentioned, which Sean McVay can fix anybody, I believe.
Yeah.
Steelers, they need somebody, but I'm a little worried if Arthur Smith might not negatively impact that.
We've been asking for the wishbone in the NFL for a while.
Yeah,
we've been asking for a while, Joe.
4 tight ends set with Anthony Richardson.
I swear to God, I think this might be our final key is Anthony Richardson in the gold and black.
Oh my God. We might be on to something here. If we put him in the wishbone with only tight ends, no running backs.
Honestly,
Jonnu, Freiermuth, Darnell Washington.
He's the combination of Big Ben and Jerome Bettis, and you could just do anything with that guy in an offense in Pittsburgh. What are we looking at here?
I'm a little turned on right now.
Yeah.
I'm a little turned on right now thinking about that. The one, this is the real one, though. I think the Raiders would be perfect. Okay. You've got Geno, and he's going to play for, let's call it 2 more years in that third year.
Yeah.
He's going to be
2 years.
Yeah.
I give him a 1 solid year, a year of Geno after that. And then the third year, we're evaluating all options outside of Geno, but we'll still possibly have Geno.
Richardson gets the chance to sit and learn from a guy who had quite literally a similar path. Geno Smith comes into the NFL, this gifted, physically talented guy who just couldn't really figure it out. And he's cast aside by a toxic situation that did not get the support that he needed. And he bounces around, and then finally it clicks towards the end of his career. 26-year-old Anthony Richardson sitting behind Geno Smith, with Pete Carroll probably gone by then. But Chip Kelly potentially is the play caller if he takes over as head coach if things are going well.
You got a pretty good quarterback mind in that building too.
And you got Ashton Genty. You got good old Tom Brady too.
Not a bad guy to have walking around the halls.
I think that if you made that happen, it's perfect.
That's a good little nest for young Anthony to get developed in. I have some teams right now that we would ask, that I want to ask you, should and could Anthony Richardson start on if he was traded tonight? First of all, New Orleans.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that to my boy.
I wouldn't want to do that to him either.
No,
but
I wish that upon no one.
But he could be a starter in this league if he gets traded to New Orleans.
Yeah, but I don't want that to happen.
Would he start over Justin Fields in New York?
Yes. Wow. Because they're 2 different kinds of shit right now. Because at least I saw somebody posted his media day pictures, and somebody pointed out he's running in his media day pictures too.
Yeah. How about what about a little feeder system in Miami? How about he becomes the number 2 there for the eventual, or not eventual, I shouldn't be mean, in case of an injury to Tua. Big arm for Tyreek, big arm for Waddle.
I don't want him going somewhere, which he might have to, but I don't want him sitting somewhere where he's not going to play.
I gotcha. I'd rather sit in Miami than sit in Indianapolis, though. Behind that dude, behind Daniel Jones.
Actually, maybe he does need to get a little distracted.
Yeah, I guess he's got some ties and some fans in Florida also.
Yeah.
Who else is desperate right
Gainesville's
now?
not exactly close to Miami, but sure.
Oh, look, who are you, Mr. Geography over here, Mr. Florida?
Okay, doesn't require a whole lot of knowledge to know that Gainesville's in the complete opposite part of the state.
Didn't realize Joe grew up in freaking Margaritaville with Jimmy Buffett down here.
I've only been to Miami once.
Come Monday. Oh, I hate that song. You
All right,
like Jimmy Buffett? I hate Jimmy Buffett.
What? Any other destinations?
I think everyone. I'm not even going to mention Cleveland. I think he could start in Cleveland actually, which is nuts. And we'll get to Cleveland. But the real QB desperate teams, yeah, those are them. And I would not. I'm with you. I would feel bad if he went to New Orleans with that team. I would like to see him with the Jets. I'd like to see him with some receivers that could get deep in Miami because I think that he could really stretch it out.
I still have hope in Justin Fields, though. I still have a little bit of hope in Justin Fields, but we'll see if he can be. There could be some reclamation.